My name is John. I'm the principal and proprietor of Acuvus. In this video, I will provide a condensed overview of principles of productization taken from my book and methodology, The Spiral Stairway. Note that this is only a trailer, not the whole movie. I'm a firm believer in going slower in the short term to go faster in the long term. So, please dive deeper into the chapter, Enable Sustainable Value Creation via Productization. As background, I partner with mid-market executives to optimize value creation, capital efficiency, and sustainable profitability by harmonizing the company's fundamentals across purpose, strategy, and operations. I work using my methodology, the Spiral Stairway. I also recommend looking at my video titled Congruence, which shares why and how it is optimal to embrace system thinking and a one-company mindset to optimize value creation and capital efficiency. Where does productization fit in the grand scheme of a company? Every decision in a company focuses on the present or optimizing the future. I call the present reality of a company operations baseline. Everything else happens in the future. One of the four components of the operations baseline is productization, which is the manner in which our company creates value for customers. 3 overarching themes and 7 principles encompass building offerings that create optimal value for customers. The 3 overarching themes run across all 7 principles. As I mentioned in almost every conversation, a company's fundamental components and underlying principles are akin to blocks in a Rubik's Cube. Solving for a company is not a sequential and tactical exercise. It is recursive and iterative. Aligning these themes and principles is important, and it might take multiple attempts. Overarching theme A: Customer first. Customers are the nucleus of all problem-solving activities around a company. My methodology advocates and completely embraces a one-company mindset to balance the incentives of all stakeholders spanning customers, investors, employees, partners, and society, 100%. But structured problem-solving requires us to start by holding one variable constant. That constant is that customers must redeem tangible and sustainable value. Then we see how well we can balance the equation for all other stakeholders. If it doesn't balance, we must rework it. Everyone says customer first, so why is this the first theme? It's easy to talk about our care for customers, but customers are almost never in the room when we talk about our company, and we tend to forget about them easily. We might even find it easy to talk to customers who give us a pat on the back and avoid customers who share constructive criticism. Investors and employees are always in our problem-solving room. But it's easy to fall into the trap of focusing on insiders. If we create tangible value for customers, investors and employees will flock to the opportunity to put money in and be part of the journey. The converse is also true. Those folks run away when customers leave. So start every problem-solving iteration with the customer. Overarching theme B: Flow thinking. Is seeing a continuous video or a set of pictures of the same situation more insightful? Obviously the video, because there is far less information loss. Flow thinking implies that we view the world as though we are taking a continuous video of all relevant participants and their activities in the market. We capture everything in the view of our lens without preconceived notions. From a problem-solving perspective, we are representing the entire world as a connected series of physical and mental actions without forgetting anyone or anything in a continuous time series. Why is this important? See, things go wrong when a ball is passed between the players in a game. Athletes rarely tumble over themselves and lose the ball. Pipes leak at the joints, not at the straight. Value is analogous to the water. So look at the market from the perspective of a bug floating through the water, not the plumber. As a plumber, we are likely to miss a lot of critical information which might lead us to address the wrong problem. Overarching theme C. Value is always multi-directional. Most conversations about value creation take a selfish relationship mindset. We might say, I sent a really cool gift to my parents, but they didn't seem to appreciate it. What if the parents had to drive 20 miles to pick up the gift on an inconvenient day? The gift might bring them some positive value, but if the recipient rearranges their day and takes the time to pick up the gift, it incurs what I call value outflow, which is like a tax on the customer. Similarly, we cannot just think about single direction of value going from us to the customer. We must calculate the adjustment that customer has to make to use that value. That adjustment from the customer's natural flow is always negative and thus an outflow. So always think about the value as net value. Net value for customers must be positive. As simple as this sounds, this is very hard to achieve. Customers are often taxed to a negative or negligible value even for things they pay for. We've all said to ourselves at some point, why am I still paying for this? That sentiment comes from net negative customer value. Below the three overarching themes, the Spiral Stairway method has 7 productization principles that build on each other. Remember, nothing we discuss here is a step-by-step tactical action item list. Principles must be solved recursively and interlock. The Spiral Stairway Productization Principle 1. Productization implies repeatability and reproducibility. Productization is the act of creating a repeatable and reproducible offering that allows sustainability. A company cannot sustain a business without reproducibility and repeatability. Repeatability means a given customer can experience the same value we deliver through our offering sustainably. Reproducibility means we can consistently deliver the same value across many customers we consider relevant to us. It is important to note that same doesn't mean the same thing or act. Imagine a business that offers a monthly subscription to deliver unique wines from all around the world. Same here refers to the positive shock and awe the customer would feel each month when they open that surprise-filled box. If the buyer realizes that boxes are more or less similar month to month, they will likely lose interest, which means the repeatability criterion breaks and the customer's stickiness is low. The warning here is to avoid distractions about scale. Because humans like variety outside commodities like ordering a taxi. Our goal is sustainability, not to create a large inflated business that loses the hot air after a while of running the business. The takeaway: do extrapolate into the future and know how we can sustain value delivery to several customers and the same customer over time. This requires methodical problem solving. Don't forgo methodical decisions and actions for short-term wins, because it will backfire over time. The Spiral Stairway Productization Principle 2. Align company strengths with market problem. Desire to win is not the same as deserve to win. Every team starts a game with a desire to win, but only some teams consistently win. The deserve part can be earned, but the desire alone isn't enough. I encourage every company to take a critical look in the mirror and ask a simple question. Why are we the right people to solve this market problem? Do we know something others don't? Can we do something others can't? As someone who runs a small business, and especially advocates a new way of thinking, I completely understand the importance of confidence. But confidence without necessary strengths will not be enough. Answer this for ourselves. What is our tangible strength that aligns with the market problem? Understanding our strengths in direct connection to the market problem helps us mold the business model into a sustainable one. A founder market fit story is not about the story. It's about the market and our fit. And fit translates to our tangible strength. So the takeaway, do focus on our tangible and unique strength and convert that to a defensible path to value. Don't tell a good story to customers, employees, investors, and partners that we can't realistically deliver. It's unsustainable. The Spiral Stairway Productization Principle 3. Focus on customer needs, not wants. I had heard this principle before I created the Spiral Stairway, so have you. However, its practical application appears to lag by a long shot. So either there is an interpretation gap or the tools for practical application aren't easy to handle. I urge you to go beyond the words and breathe in the essence of this principle. Productization is an analytical, problem-solving exercise. The left side of the equation is the market problem. Market problem is a complex concept. Just because we say something is a problem doesn't make it one. Effectively framing the market problem is hard enough, but it only gives us a symptom, which is a want. Don't solve symptoms. The right side of the equation is the root cause of the symptom, and that is the need. There's always a complex problem-solving analysis and decision-making between symptoms and the root cause. Customers will never tell us what the root cause is. So let's not ask the customer, what do you like to see? A better framing is, tell me what you feel. It is our job to frame the symptoms based on the sentiments and perform the root cause analysis effectively. A customer is our child, not our parent. The underlying reason for a cry can be hunger, pain, sadness, anger, or tiredness. We might say no to a child because their long-term success is the parent's responsibility, and we trust our analysis and decision-making. Our job is not to react and say, yes, mom and dad, in the context of a customer. Customers pay us to solve the problem truly. Productization is the act of solving the root cause of the symptoms experienced by customers. The takeaway, do be bold when solving the market problem and take the customer to a place they haven't imagined. Don't symptom solve because it is a significant investment trap. Lazy problem solving leads to a company on an unsustainable path. The Spiral Stairway Productization Principle 4. Operate within the customer journey. None of us are that important. So let's stop thinking with an Earth is the center of the universe mindset when we look at the market, where we stand in the middle. Instead, observe the market as a universe of bodies and space. Understand how it functions. The image on your screen illustrates a summarized market landscape. Guess where our business is in that picture? We're not on it. Apply the flow thinking I mentioned and learn who else is involved in our space. What else is everyone doing to create and consume value? How are they doing it? We have to keep ourselves out of the picture as long as possible. Once we truly understand our market with humility, we can say, I could tweak this one thing, and that might create a bit more value. Or I could do that, what those people are doing, because not enough people are doing it. Look, over 99% of companies are creating a tiny bit more value than someone else in the market, or just replicating what someone else is doing. And that's okay, as long as we consider all the other principles we talk about. So the takeaway, Do zoom out and see the whole market with a bird's eye view. Don't productize as though we are playing a first-person shooter game. The Spiral Stairway Productization Principle 5. Create value via comprehensive capabilities. United we stand, divided we fall. Value delivery follows the same principle. Remember the story of an old man who uses a bundle of sticks to show the strength of the bundle compared to individual sticks? It doesn't matter what market we play in. Narrow, comprehensive solutions create far more value than a spray of small value pellets, holding everything else constant. Concentrate investment and solve a narrow root cause really well. Remember, our third theme, value always flows bi-directionally. Customers experience value outflow at each and every intersection point between us and them. The more spread out our value delivery is, which means we are sending more little packets of value to the customer experiences far more aggregate value outflow because the customer faces far more integration points between us and them. This is far more than saying we are targeting a small group of customers. Here's an illustrative example. Imagine visiting your parents for a full day and enjoying 3 meals together. Assume there are only 3 plates to be washed after each meal. Is it more helpful for your parent if you wash 1 dish for every meal and your parent washes the other 2 dishes for all 3 meals? Or if you wash all 3 dishes for 1 meal and your parent washes all 3 dishes for the other 2 meals? The correct answer is the latter, because your parent gets to leave the kitchen and do something completely unrelated. For that 1 meal, you are washing all 3 dishes. You wash 3 dishes in both situations, but the parent redeemed far more value in the latter situation. It is also easier for you as a value creator because you can do other things after 2 meals rather than go to the sink after all 3 meals. In a simple company setting, this implies a lower cost of value delivery. In the Spiral Stairway methodology, I introduced the term capability, which refers to such concentrated value delivery that comprehensively tackles an entire portion of the customer journey. This is the path to stickiness with customers and high margins for the company. It is good for us and the customer. The takeaway here is, do dominate a small portion of the customer journey exceptionally well. Don't touch several moderately valuable things spread across the customer journey. The Spiral Stairway Productization Principle 6. Building a capability is a multi-dimensional endeavor. Customers don't care what it says on our company's website, especially after they buy. So, why do we always describe our companies in words that are very easy to understand, like tech, SaaS, AI, ESG, consulting? These are all passable terms to use when introducing ourselves to someone at a party, but they don't really say much about what we do or what our company does. This tendency creeps into productization. Even the simplest capability, which we just introduced, is multi-dimensional. Let's say your company has an office building, and you hired a landscaping company to spiff up the surroundings. What type of capability does a landscaping company have? They have trees and plants. They have people who show up with shears. They know how to plant trees so they don't perish after they leave. They ensure the newly planted trees don't fall on cars or people. Their capability includes objects, actions, knowledge, and promises, all 4. These are the 4 dimensions of any capability in the world, and every capability is some combination of these 4 dimensions: objects, actions, knowledge, and promises. These dimensions apply to the value customers experience and our ability to create it. Solving customer problems well requires us to open our minds and take responsibility for 2, 3, or even 4 of these dimensions. So we must seek to eliminate customer value outflows by focusing on dimensions that are necessary inclusions to complete the customer journey. Gaps in customer journey imply value outflows. Avoid being blindsided by focusing on one dimension because we conveniently and discreetly self-identify by saying we are a software company and assuming other dimensions are not my problem. When was the last time any of us used code someone else wrote? We don't. We use value in some practical form. The takeaway: do articulate our solution as a combination of multiple dimensions because every valuable capability truly is. Don't stereotype the business's value creation engine using catchy words because they sound good to other people, or assume one strength in one dimension is enough to create tangible customer value. It often is not. Finally, the Spiral Stairway Productization Principle 7. Customer value is always consumed as a commercialized package with a price. In other words, customers never buy our offering. However, I'm going to leave you with a cliffhanger here because this topic deserves a deep dive all by itself. Watch the follow-up video to learn why pricing and packaging are part of Productization Principle 7 that can make or break our efforts to create value. Take some time to noodle on these principles. They are simple on the surface, but simple is hard to achieve in real life because the devil is in the details. Companies that optimize value creation, capital efficiency, and sustainable outcomes get them right. I hope these insights help you level up value creation at your company. If you like these insights, share this video with a colleague and check out the Spiral Stairway methodology at bookstores.